I'm Megan with A-Line Magazine, and today on our model we're going to do special occasion formal makeup. To start, on Nikki, we have a bare lid, so we're going to begin with a cream shadow. The shadow is going to be more of a sheer wash of color with a little bit of shimmer to it, and it's going over her entire lid, from her lashes to her brow. If you could close for me. And since it's a cream shadow, you're going to want to make sure that you're using a synthetic brush, something similar to a paintbrush. It's going to help distribute the product more evenly. If you were to use a natural bristle brush, it would ruin the quality of it. So just make sure that you use the proper brush. If you need to, you can use your finger as well. That works fine. So it's a small amount from the lid to the brow. And the other eye. And towards me a little bit. Smooth it out with your finger if you need to. On top of that, we're going to do another cream shadow. It's going to be more of a brown base, and it's going to be a matte finish, so it's going to give a little bit more of a depth to the lid. If you end up using something that's all shine, it kind of flattens it out, so just keep that in mind. Okay, I'm going to have you look forward for me, and you're going to take the same type of brush and place it up against the brow bone and blend it outward. So you should be hitting that bone, and it goes right into the crease. Keep your eye open while you do it. It pretty much is a foolproof plan. It can't really go anywhere else. And you're blending outward towards the end of your brow. Concentration of color is mostly on the outer corner, and it gradually works its way inward. Look down. Alright, a little bit more. So you should be able to see this when the eyes open, above and behind the lashes. Look straight ahead. And the same thing on this side. Alright. Next we're going to take a powder shadow on top of the dark brown that we just did in our crease. Now, when you do that, you just want to make sure that you either use a little bit of shadow or that you use a translucent powder between the two to kind of buffer it, and we're going to do that. Just a white loose powder works fine. Close your eye for me. And a soft brush over the whole eye. And that'll just keep the color from adhering. It'll help it blend a little bit more so it's not sticking to that cream shadow. Alright. Take a matte pink. Close your eye for me. And we're going to tap it along her lash line. A little bit above as well. And it will intensify in color a little bit because that cream is under it, even though you have that powder between the two. Open. Close. Pretty simple so far. Then we're going to take, it's actually a bronzer, and we're going to use it as a shadow. We're going to take more of a soft brush. We don't want too much color with this. We just want a really light application. And the same concept before as we were using with the cream. Just kind of tap it into that crease along the brow bone. And work your way outward toward the end of the brow. Open. And we're going over pretty much the whole area up here. If you want it a more concentrated look, just kind of keep the brown down here. You don't necessarily have to sweep it over the whole lid, but she's got a pretty nice size lid to work with, so I'm going to take advantage of that. The same on this side. And always kind of, if you want to, go back with your thumb finger and just blend. Make sure there's no definite lines. Okay. Then we are going to go back in with an angle brush and another powder. This one's just more of a deep berry color. Tap off the excess. Close your eye for me. We're going to work along her lash line And once we've established that, we're going to blend it outward to the corner. Because we're going to go back over this with a liner that we're just going to keep, you know, as a simple straight line. Open for me. And look down and out to the side. That helps flatten out the lid so you can get to the innermost corner with your liner. Take a pencil brush and just blend what you just did in the same direction everything else is going. Open for me. So it should just be a hint of color. Most of it should be along the lash line, and then it should fade up. Same on this side, close. And we're doing the eyes first just because normally with dark shadows you're going to get some sort of fallout underneath and it can mess up the makeup that you might have already done. So to save time, just do your eyes first and everything else afterwards. Now we're going to take our liquid liner. Some people are a little leery of using it. You can use the wand that comes with it, that's fine, but I like to use an angle brush, just a little bit more control. Work from the back of your hand, close. Little strokes off to the side, into your lashes as much as you can get. You don't want to have a gap between the two. So if you rest the brush on your actual lashes, it usually goes to the right spot. Okay. And the same little trick, look down and out to the side. And for special occasion makeup, I mean, depending on the actual occasion, you don't necessarily want to add more and not look like yourself. So keep that in mind. Another good tip, close for me. Again, depending on the occasion, if you're going to have your picture taken, you might want to do some sort of trial run on yourself and take pictures of the makeup before the actual event, just to make sure it photographs well. A lot of powders and creams necessarily don't, so maybe look for an HD type of makeup. Alright, open for me. You can also add lashes to this look if you want to. Same thing, if you're going to do that, I would, and you've never worn them, I would try them a few days in advance to get used to them, to make sure you like how they look. And also, a good tip is to make sure that your makeup is waterproof if you plan on getting emotional. Okay, let's see. Alright. So then, we're going to go back in with more of a brown and a little bit of black. Softer brown, so you're not getting too muddy of a color. And just a little bit of the black on the outer corner. Look straight ahead. And a little bit more. And you can definitely go more dramatic if you want to. The lashes are going to make your eyes look a lot darker. You can do more dramatic liner. Towards me. And everything again blending up and out. The more stiff the brush, the more color you're going to get off of it, so keep that in mind. If you're trying to do something really soft and subtle, you want to do more of a brush that's softer with a little bit more fluffy bristles. So now that we've established the darker area, we're going to go back in and break that up with a highlight. It's kind of a champagne color, it definitely has a shimmer to it. And you're going to start at the highest point of the brow and drag it down, blending it towards the color that you already have established there. It breaks up that line and just makes it a little bit softer. And you still have that highlight from that cream shadow underneath, so it'll be a little bit stronger when you put that on top. If you want to add more shimmer to it, more of like a glitter as opposed to just the shadow, you can just go back in and kind of pat some in so it's a little more shimmery. Keep in mind that's going to show up in photos, so go easy on it. Next, we're going to line the inside of the eye. So we're going to use an eye kohl. It's a little bit softer, so it's going to stay in the eye, hopefully, you know, through the entire event that you're attending. It's not going to wash off in 5 minutes. Look up. Okay, and the same on this eye. Okay. Next, we're going to do a little bit of mascara. Now, if you are going to wear lashes, you can do mascara on top of them. Just keep in mind, if you do that, you might not be able to use them again. So if you'd like to get a lot of use out of them, I suggest doing your mascara first, then doing your lashes, and not putting anything on top of them. You could get about 5 uses out of them, maybe more if you take care of them. Look down for me. You're going to take the wand and go back and forth and on top. We're using just a basic black mascara. Like I said, you might want to make sure that it's waterproof. And a little bit on the bottom here. Okay, same on this side. And bottom. Right. Then we're going to take a little bit of eyeshadow and go underneath. It's going to be more of a purple to play off that pink that we did in the beginning. So you're going to take an angle brush again. And we're using this shimmery purple. Look up for me. And we're just going right underneath the lashes. You can definitely do a brighter color here if you want it a subtle way to add some more, but we're just going to do the soft purple. And then a little bit on the top. Look straight ahead for me. Right in the corner above your eyeliner. Just for a little something extra.